All right, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night. And welcome again to Intuitive-da-MoonGoddess channel. And today's discussion, because something happened yesterday and it put me in a bad mood to where I was just, you know, was thinking of a way to end someone else's, not to end someone else's life, but something to affect their work progress and, you know, financially and stuff like that. So my thing of, and when I caught myself in the midst of it, I had to immediately reverse that thought and take back those words that I was speaking. Although I didn't speak it out loud, I felt it in my heart and in my soul. So that goes to show that how powerful that the mind can be when you are brought to anger, and that can go with being anger and frustrations. They go hand in hand just about, because you can't anger quickly when you are frustrated, and to be mindful of that. So that's kind of what today's discussion is about: mindfulness with intention. That's definitely something I came up with yesterday as I was thinking about the words that I was speaking in my heart, and I felt it in my soul that, the universe was hearing what I was speaking, and it was or casting out, because that's how I felt in the moment, with this anger that had built up in me. So, and I quickly had to think about what I was doing, what I was saying, and quickly take my words and reverse those thoughts and patterns back. So that's kind of that's what I'm gonna get into today, and get some clarity on how we can best find solutions for those answers. So after all, for some reason, I did keep the deck blended, as you guys can see, with this Moonology deck, and as well as my Soul Journey deck, because that's what I was led to keep it that way until this reading was done. So the first word is, we have balance, and it says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So, it's okay to be angry sometimes, but sometimes you just got to find that balance and understand what it is that you're being angry about. And again, with that, being mindful with your intentions is what you are speaking and saying in front of others, to others, or even in your heart as well, because so as what you speak comes out. So the things that you keep in, eventually it does come out. And they say the tongue is a powerful tool, and we want to be mindful with the intentions that we speak, especially when we are dealing with other people's lives. And another card flipped over. Let me find it real quick. And I really do hate that I really do. I feel terrible about doing something like that, because I never did anything like that before, Speaking down, well, I ain't gonna say speaking down. Speaking on someone's situation just because, I wasn't getting my way, just so what they had going on could come to an end for their good. And again, with this balance, the next card that came out was, you are good enough. This is full moon in Virgo. And that just goes to show, like, Virgo knows their self-worth and the things that they bring to the table. And I also compare Virgo to being like virgin, because Virgo virgin. I don't know why I always thought that, but it goes to show that don't let no one break you from the things that you treasure, or from the things that you hold valuable within yourself, that's going to create some type of, or some form of bad intention, or make you feel less than. And that goes hand in hand with this balance. All right, so our next card is look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. And again, that also says that from what I'm gathering here is that, you know, be mindful of the things that you speak. Um, Especially when you're speaking these things over other people's lives, because you don't know how this may affect them, and then it affect them some way and then come back on yourself. That's that karma being brought to you back in return. So you have to look at the bigger picture and get an understanding of the things that you are speaking and where these things are deriving from, for you that is doing it and for those that is being done to. um If you have to defend yourself in a situation, do so, but be mindful of the things that you say to others, as far as, incriminating another person. And if you're gonna do so, just make sure that it's all factual and nothing that's gonna cause actual harm and bad juju upon yourself. Because who can assert the truth when you're speaking facts? See if we can get a couple of more out here regarding mindfulness with intentions. Because, baby, when I tell y'all I was putting it on him, on this particular individual, for upsetting me the way that he did, what was in me was coming out. And it wasn't good at all. Because I felt myself coming to anger. And I came out of my sleep with this. So it must have been, it was really heavy and weighing on me. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. So that's this balance and stability coming about. For those of you that may be in a relationship with this individual, there is some changes that's going to occur in the future. If you are not in no longer a relationship with this person, expect something to come along, whether this be a new individual or some type of finances that's going to come along and help stabilize your situation, or a new job. Because your worth is not determined by a single person nor a group of individuals. That is solely on how you see yourself and view yourself deep down inside. And I think what was that? A few days ago, about a week ago, I did speak on, what you see is, what you seek is seeking you. And also that, what was it? I think I called it seeing you, or something in the sort, so it doesn't matter. So yeah. So at the moment, I've just been, focusing on me and, where I stand with certain people and within certain situations to, gather myself and my self thoughts when these situations happen. So that's kind of like finding best solutions when things like this occur. So I am, doing a lot of self-care and self-reflection in that matter. So I had one to fall out and quite a few to flip over in the deck. So I gotta go find those again. I hate when they do this rather than just pop out, but at the same time, sometimes it can be a good thing. It says loneliness. I know that I am never alone. That is so true. You are never alone because God is always with you, or your spirit guides, your ancestors. You know, they help you seek the truth, help you find your center, your balance, that stability in your life, and knowing that your time spent alone is for you to take in the time to breathe, to meditate, to pray, to reflect on things that has happened, to find best solutions going forward, um, and also doing that work on yourself, that shadow work, or that healing process that needs to take place with that. So the last two cards are don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Let me see this up. Come on. Okay, so what I gather from this is that you are not your past. Like your past may have shaped your current future or your present future, but at the moment that there's always work in progress to be done in regards to whatever situation is occurring in your life, so that you can move forward and move on past what has been blocking you or holding you back. And it says here that communication is key. New Moon and Gemini. So, although Gemini season is over, for some of you, you may have found, has undergone this communication process with your mate or a co-worker or um, whatever it may be, or with your children. But also, this is communication with yourself. That's again finding that balance within your life, within you, so that you're not brought back to, so that you aren't brought out of your purpose or what's aligning you with your purpose. Also, with this communication is key. Even though Gemini season is over, that for some of you this could be during this transition between the Gemini and Cancer season. So there's definitely some emotions going on here that's involving a whole lot of emotions that's deriving. And for me, like, this incident happened during Gemini season. So again, like I said, that some of you may have went through this during Gemini season, or you are coming out of it now as we move into Cancer. And also at the bottom of this deck we have Death, and that's with the Soul Journey deck. So, and with this individual, like, what makes me so upset with this person, that I know who he is. I also know what he means to me. But it doesn't go without saying that you cannot help everyone. But once you learn your mate, the person that you spend most of your time with, is really nothing that they can say or do to push you away. Because I choose my battles with this individual. So it's like, I let him have his way, but then again, I don't let him have his way, because I let him vent out what it is that he needs to say and allow him to calm down after that, and then reapproach the situation. Or I'll pull over somewhere. If we are in the car driving, I will pull over, let him say everything that he needs to say, and then I'll say what I need to say. Because either he's going to get out, this individual is going to get out and walk to his next destination, or he's going to sit there and listen. So it is what it is. Then it says here, fiery climax approaches. So with this ending, there is definitely something new coming in after all the communication is completed. There's definitely some change that's going to come about. Whether this triggered something that you haven't seen in this other person before, or this could be with that new relationship that's coming in. And then we have next from the soul journey is fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So you finally made the decision to step out of that, and that's definitely a lot of fire energy there. Step out of that situation, take things for what it is, and finding new approaches are best approaches to these type of situations regarding these people, places, and things. So, and with that being said, this is bringing in some type of new stability and balance for you, along with that, that self-worth. Because ain't nobody's gonna love you like you love you. So you put in that time and effort for yourself, more than likely your mate is gonna check in on that. They're gonna pick up on it, so they can choose to do it with or without you. When this change do take place, or when it occurs. Because I'm not gonna lie, I had to show him the other day, like, I don't need you to take me out. Honestly, I can really care less about going out, but when I want to step out, I want to step out. So with or without you, I'm going. So that song, Treat Me Like I Treat Me, however else it go, because I really don't listen to it like that. I'm an R&B person, so I don't really listen to most of this music that come out these days. R&B and gospel. I listen to some rap. Sometimes. Not all the time, though. So our next cards are humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. In love, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So for me, what that looks like, and not everyone is the same. For me, that looked like, I make him laugh, he makes me laugh. But at the same time, there is a lot of good that actually came out of our relationship rather than the bad. And I am strong. Like, I don't use the term hate at all. But if I tell you that I hate you, you did something so foul. It has to be so foul. Because I don't use that word loosely. I'll say I don't like or I dislike, something in the source. But I never use the word hate. It's such a strong and powerful word. And it definitely does something to, it's a hurtful word, really. So if I do use the word hate, more than likely it's like in terms of I hate when he or she do this, something like that. Or I hate when she or he gets like this. Alright, you guys. I think that's it for this message with my blended deck here. I think that was a pretty good message so far. Just being mindful of the things you speak over others, speak to yourself. Even when you're praying, like, you have to choose your words wisely, because I'm picky. Like, I really don't go to church at all, but I am very picky of the people that pray over me and for me, because sometimes not everyone can pray. You can pray, but not everyone know how to pray. Also, I don't let a whole lot of people touch me neither, because you never know what type of juju or stuff they got on there. Any more messages for this reading? Mindful with intent. Mindfulness with intention. Okay. I think that's it. Let's see what's at the bottom. Don't let pride get in your way. Meditate and contemplate. Your hard work is paying off. The energy is gaining momentum. A win-win outcome is forecast. And then conclusions are within reach. So, alright, you guys. So we have, don't let pride get in your way. Meditate and contemplate. Your hard work is paying off. The energy is gaining momentum. A win-win outcome is forecast. And conclusions are within reach. So that just goes to show that, you know, when you are being mindful of things that you're wanting to say versus to just letting whatever is in just come out, that you are creating a place of knowing. You are also acknowledging that, you know, what you are wanting to say, or what you are wanting to let out, is that whether it's good or bad, that you are solely in control of your thought patterns and what and also mindful of the words that you are relaying out of your mouth, because whether or not you don't see it, that, you know, your words can either create or destroy. And that's just like fire. And again, we have, like I said, we have a lot of fire out here with this Aries, and with this fear card that was brought out. And that right now could be surrounding some people. Egos is always fire energy. So, and again, as I also said, that although fire destroys, it can also create as well. Alright. So definitely, you know, when you are passing on that judgment call, just be mindful of what you're putting out. And definitely, because you don't want that to come back on you in a way that is detrimental for you, detrimental towards your growth, and put it that way. Okay, I'm just going to get some clarity on some of these cards, but not a whole lot, because what's understood really don't have to be explained. So the cards that I'm going to bring clarity to it right now is loneliness, humor, and why do we have love out here as well, because we have it twice within the statement of fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. And we also have the love card from the soul journey deck out here as well. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So let's clarify loneliness, please. Yeah, I'm getting better with shuffling these cards. So here we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Excuse me. So the Ten of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles with the Sun, Sun of Wands in reverse. So again, that just comes with this loneliness, that sometimes we have to undergo this loneliness in order to reach our next level with these ending and beginning cycles. There's nothing wrong with that, just as long as you are doing that in a healthy and safe way. Also, when I undergo my shadow journey, I made sure to reach out to people and, just to let them know that I'm still here and still around, because I wasn't answering nobody phone calls. Neither was I calling anyone during this moment, during that phase in my life. And 14 is the temperance card. So some of you may have taken in to looking within yourselves and figuring out why this energy was deriving from you, or what was going on with you, so that you can correct these mistakes. And with the Son of Wands in reverse, and again the Son of Wands is just the you guys know what, I want to say the Knight, but it could be the Page, King, Queen. I think it is the Knight card, Knight of Wands. Yeah, I think it is. Either it's the Nine of Wands or the Page of Wands. But I think the Page of Wands look like females. Any page card look like females rather than a male. So I'm guessing there would be the Knight. So even so, the card did flip out in reverse. So that is just finding that this balance and stability as you close out these cycles and open up new beginnings, and finding that stability so all things can create. So you can create this flow of life within your journey or within yourself, and finding a good resting place to let all of that channel through and heal. Why do we have humor and love? Humor. Okay, the Four of Pentacles came out again. Then we have the Daughter of Wands. And again, with this, I think humans are here because they say that laughter is the best medicine. Because you got some people that is so hard on themselves to where they forget to laugh. And it also, it creates a flow of things. So that's what I'm kind of getting with this Four of Pentacles and the Daughter of Wands. And then we have the Eight of Wands also. Yeah, Eight of Wands. And even with this, and if y'all heard any readings before, the colorful one also look like wands with like a lightning bolt or something coming from it. So I kind of look at that as the ending of a cycle into something new, and that's why this humor could be out here as well, for things to flow in the consistent way as they should. And if you see that these both have the figure 8 here and here and here. So you have here and here. And if you look at this, you can think about this as north, south, east, and west. And right now, and I did say that I called on the elements of north, south, east, and west during that moment when I woke up, as I was speaking the words that I was speaking and what was being felt. And I felt the flow of that coming to, I want to say coming to life, but that might be a lack for better terms, but the flow of that was coming alive. So, and I had to quickly reverse that cycle and to understand what I was doing, because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me, and I surely didn't want to do it to anyone else. Why is love out here? And then I think I'm going to try to do fiery climax approaches as well. I'm actually reaching my limit. I got 30 seconds left. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So you have put an end to the cycle. You are holding on to the things that are meaningful in your life. You are removing any illusions and delusions. You're closing these cycles out. Closing this cycle out. You're breaking an end with this. And you calling a spade a spade. And with this, I kind of see like the judgment card. Like it didn't come out, but with this 10 of swords being present, it just, this is what brings me to that conclusion of judgment. You are called judgment on the matter, and you have decided to close out these cycles that wasn't serving your purpose, so that you can remain in your balance and in your stabilized state as you go through this cycle of loneliness, to understand why that the things that you done happened, and why it happened that way, and what you had to do to close that out. Okay, fiery climax approaches. Clarify. Okay, we have the Mother of Pentacles. You know what's to come. Maybe you have seen the signs. Maybe this is a time just for you to nurture yourself, to bring this fiery climax out. Because once you go in and do the healing, you come out different. If you stay the same, that means you haven't done enough work or haven't found the solution to why that this has happened, or why you were feeling that way, or whatever the case may be. So there's just more work that you need to be doing at the moment if you don't come out with a brand new attitude or feel any indifferent to what you have in the past. So I think that's going to wrap this up. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Goodbye.